Hi, this is Megan Munro, the artist of all the artworks in the exhibition Out of the Shadows. I am doing this audio description for the digital drawing called Succulents. I am not audio description trained, but I hope that my description will help you to know what the artwork is and what it looks like. So Succulents is a digital drawing. At the time of doing this audio description, I haven't actually printed it onto paper yet. It will be printed onto either A size paper, which is big poster size, or A2, which is half of that. The paper will be shiny. So the drawing is in a landscape orientation. It is made up of layers, and what we see in the sort of to the centre left, we see a silhouette of a figure. The silhouette has it's a person. You can see it's a person. You see their head, their arms are outstretched either side of the body, and you come down to the legs. The legs are apart, and you can tell that they are slightly bent. Within the actual shape of the body is a close-up of artworks or drawings of succulents. So the colours are green, different greens, and a little bit of burgundy. To the left of the figure is along the very edge of the drawing is like a wall of more of the succulents going down the side all the way from the top to the bottom. And then on the right hand side of the figure, almost to where the arm is reaching out, in the right corner of the drawing are more succulents. Also in the front part of the drawing, sort of to the middle right, we see an image of a tens machine. The tens machine is sort of just sitting there. The background of in between all of this is a bright blue colour, and we can make out that we can't really see where the figure is, but it is actually taken from being on stage. And so it's a bright blue colour, and we can see sort of bits of curtains which are a pinky colour. We can see a pile of clothing on the ground, and it's not a solid blue. There are these sort of shapes of blue and a dark grey. From the right side of the drawing, where there is the the left side of the drawing where there is a wall of succulents, the succulents come down, and on the edge of the succulents there's all these sort of green squiggly lines which sort of incorporate it and make it marry to the background a bit better than if it was just a solid shape. So there's all these squiggly lines, and they go down the side of the drawing, and then from the bottom left corner they go diagonally across into the blue background which is behind the tens machine. So the tens machine is sitting there, but there's all these little blue, different shades of blue, squiggly lines and some green, and the tens machine is sort of nestled in amongst all of these lines. The face of the screen part of the tens machine also has succulents coming through. So looking at the drawing, it's got this figure that you can see, arms outstretched. It's made up of, the inside of it is made up of all of these succulents. There's succulents on the left and then to the right, and then there's a tens machine, and the background is a bright blue. The way digital drawings are done is actually in layers, or they can be done in layers, which is how I normally do them. So what actually happens is you work on one layer at a time, but you can create as many layers as you like, and you can actually use techniques using the program or the software of the drawing program to mask off areas which make areas that you sort of colour in, it makes them invisible, and it brings through, you can see what layer is underneath. So you can essentially create lots of different layers and put sort of masks into them, or holes, so you see what is coming through from underneath. And that is what I've done here. I've used a few different photos as basis of the drawings, and I've drawn into them, and then I've masked off areas and where, so that you can see the bottom layer sort of coming through. So that is the drawing called Succulents. It's actually me on a stage performing. One of the photos is me on a stage performing. I've got my arms outstretched, and behind me is sort of the back of the stage, which you can sort of make out in this, where there's sort of curtains, and it's a burlesque performance. So I've taken off my clothes and they're on the ground. You can see that. I've included the TENS machine because I have fibromyalgia as one of my illnesses, and TENS machines are used to help with pain. So fibromyalgia, I get all kinds of pain from that, and a TENS machine basically gives you like little electric kind of shock type things, and it helps manage the pain. So that is me on stage with my TENS machine there in front, which is what I'll probably have to use a few days after I've performed. And the succulents are, I love succulents, and they are in my home environment. We have quite a few in our garden, and that is why I've included them. I hope you like the drawing. End of image description.